Sir, you can start.
Okay. Good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to TEO DCB YouTube channel, 10th class online classes, social studies, English medium. This is Vadde Chandrasekhar, working as school assistant, social studies at GHS CPS Madira in Khammam district. So now I am going to continue the second part of fourth lesson in 10th class social studies, climate of India. So today's topic is upper atmospheric circulation and seasons and monsoons. Okay, now I am going to the class. So today's class is learning outcomes. From listening today's class, every student can explain about these learning outcomes. The student explains the upper air circulation. The student explains about the seasons and types of seasons. And the student writes reasons for advancing monsoon and retreating monsoons also. So by listening to today's class, every student can explain about these topics. First, upper air circulation. In the yesterday's class, we discussed, in the previous class, we discussed up to three factors of influencing latitude, land water relationship, and relief. This is the fourth factor which influences the climate and weather, that is upper atmospheric circulation. So, in the northern hemisphere, near subtropical high pressure belt gives rise to permanent winds. So, I will show in the picture. So, if children, you are seeing the picture globe. So, here, this is a subtropical high pressure belt. From this high pressure belt, the permanent winds forms and to blow towards a equatorial low pressure belt. So these are permanent winds, and throughout the year they are blowing from subtropical high pressure belts to towards equatorial low pressure belt. So these are very helpful for the trade. That's why these winds named as trade also by trade winds. The winds which blow toward the equatorial low pressure belt by reflecting towards the west are called trade winds. So the name, these winds are very helpful, and these are permanent winds, and throughout 365 days they are blowing from subtropical high pressure belt and towards equatorial low pressure belts. So with the help of these permanent winds, the traders, they used for their trading purposes. That's why they named these winds as trade winds. So meaning of trade in German, the German word trade means track. So also means blow steadily and in a same direction. So these winds are blow in a steadily and in a same direction all the year. So India lies in the belt of dry northeast trade winds. So here you can observe NE. NE means northeast trade winds. So India lies in northern hemisphere. It's very near to equator. That's why India lies in the area of northeast trade winds. So these are dry winds. These are coming from the subtropical high pressure belt towards the equatorial low pressure. Okay. So the next, jet streams. So upper air currents, fast flowing air currents above 12,000 meters above the Earth's surface. So at the height of 12,000 or 12 kilometers height. So upper air currents. Currents means fast flowing air in a particular direction regularly. So the speed of these upper air currents varies 110 kilometers per hour in summer season and 180 to 184 kilometers per hour in winter season. So these currents flowing in a narrow way, that's why these called as jet streams with a high speed 110 kilometers to 184 kilometers per hour. So easterly jet stream. So these jet streams have some names also. Easterly jet stream develops at 25-degree latitude. Okay, because of this jet stream, the neighboring atmosphere to cool. This cooling effect of the easterly jet stream causes rain from the clouds already found over this latitude. So easterly jet streams, it blows from the ocean to the land. That's why it cools down the clouds which are there on 25-degree north latitude. Because of the cooling of jet stream, the clouds gives rainfall to in that area. So these easterly jet stream caused for the rainfall. So next, in our India, based on our climatic conditions, we have two seasons. Sorry, particularly we have three seasons. In our lesson, we are going to learn about the winter season and summer season. So particularly winter season, it starts from mid-November to February. January is the coldest month in winter season. So in the month of January, the temperatures are recorded at below 10 degrees in northern India particularly. So because northern India is very far from the equator, that's why in the northern India, the temperatures are recording very low comparatively southern India. So at the same time, in winter season, moderate climate is there in particularly in coastal areas. So in the coastal areas, particularly in eastern and western coastal areas, the temperatures are recorded at above 20 degrees in winter season also. Because in the earlier class, we have discussed about land bridges and sea bridges. Because of the sea bridges, the climate is moderated. That's why in winter season, the temperatures are increasing because of sea bridges. In the summer season, the temperatures are decreasing because of the sea bridges. That's why in the coastal areas, they have moderate climate above the 20 degrees. So the conditions of weather in winter season. So the weather has clear sky and low humidity in the air, and cool breezes are coming. So these are the characteristics of winter season. Characteristics of weather in winter season. So in the winter season only, we are experiencing western disturbances. So what are western disturbances? The cyclonic depressions coming from Mediterranean Sea towards India, these are called as western disturbances, because these cyclonic depressions are coming from west side. So Mediterranean Sea is located in west side of India. That's why we are calling them as western disturbances. So I will show the map also. So the red arrow marks are coming from this is the Mediterranean Sea. So these are coming towards India. So that's why these are calling as western disturbances. They disturb our Indian climate. That's why we are calling as disturbances. So causes why the western disturbances, cyclonic depressions are coming from Mediterranean Sea. Low to moderate rainfall over northern India. Because of these disturbances, low to moderate rainfall over northern India. So at the same time, these are helpful for the wheat crop in Rabi season. It is very useful for the wheat crop in Rabi season, particularly in northern India. So you are observing western disturbances which are coming from Mediterranean Sea to India. So India lies in the trade wind belt of northeast, trade wind of northern hemisphere, northeast trade winds from land to sea. In India, Coromandel coast of Tamil Nadu receives some amount of rainfall in winter season. Okay, India lies in the trade wind belt of northern hemisphere, northeast trade winds. So these are very dry. So that's why in winter season, we are getting very low rainfall. Particularly Coromandel coast receives some amount of rainfall. Coromandel coast is in Tamil Nadu. So here you can, if you observe the map of India average temperatures in Celsius degrees in January. So the red lines, children, do you know what are these red lines? What is the name of this line? So the name of this red line is called isotherms. So isotherms means the line which connects the places having equal temperature. Okay, the lines which connects the places of equal temperature. So the places which are on this red line, in all those areas, the temperature is only 10 degrees in a particular given time, particularly in January. This map shows the temperatures of the month of January. So the 10-degree isotherm, it is connecting the places having with 10-degree temperatures. So 15-degree isotherms, 20-degree isotherm, which is parallel to the Tropic of Cancer. So you can observe from North India, when we are coming from North India to South India, that normal temperatures are increasing. Children, do you observe? Okay, in Jammu Kashmir, particularly parallel to the Himalayas, the temperatures are 10 degrees. When we are coming towards South India, the temperatures increased up to 20 degrees. Why? It means the South India is very near to equatorial region than Northern India. That's why in winter season, Northern India is experiencing very low temperatures comparatively Southern India. So next, the second season is summer season. From April to mid-June. So we are experiencing in India, summer season in India from April to mid-June. Temperature exceeds 37 degree by mid-May and exceeds 37 degree centigrades by mid-May 41 to 42 degrees. It is having highest temperatures in the month of mid-May. The minimum temperature above the 20 degrees Celsius in all the areas in India. The northern plains experiences dry and hot winds called Lu. Okay, the northern plains, Indo-Gangetic plain experiences dry and hot winds called Lu. So pre-monsoon showers. This is nothing but called as bursting monsoon are common in Deccan Plateau. So in Deccan Plateau, particularly in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, we are experiencing pre-monsoon showers, also called as bursting monsoon in Deccan Plateau. This is helpful for pre-monsoon showers are helpful for ripening of mangoes. That's why also called as mango showers in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh in summer season. So these are helpful for the mango crops. So here the India average temperatures in Celsius degrees in the month of in summer season. Okay, so from northern India to southern India, we can observe the temperatures. So in northern India also having 30 degrees because it is a Tropic of Cancer is going through. It is dividing India into two parts. So near the Tropic of Cancer, we are experiencing high temperatures in summer season. So these are the 30 degree isotherms. These are 25 degree isotherm and 20 degree isotherms are there. So all the in all areas of India, we are experiencing about 20 degrees of Celsius degrees. Okay. So now come to the advancing monsoons. So Indian climatic conditions, Indian climate is monsoon type of climate. So in that monsoons, we have two types of monsoons. One is southwest monsoons and the second one is a northeast monsoons. So what is advancing monsoon? So what is the meaning of monsoon? I will try to explain. Arab traders named the seasonal regular periodic rivals of wind system. So these monsoons are particularly seasonal winds. So in 9th class, we have discussed about the types of winds. We have three types of winds: permanent winds, seasonal winds, and local winds. So now only we discussed about the permanent winds, nothing but trade winds. So from subtropical high pressure belt to equatorial low pressure belts, all the time they are blowing in that way. So these are seasonal winds. In particular seasons only these winds blow from one area to another area, from high pressure area to low pressure areas. That's why these are seasonal winds. So these forms in the tropical area between 20 degree north and 20 degrees south. So both sides of equator up to 20 degrees. These monsoons are forming. The southwest monsoon winds from southern hemisphere carry moisture. So particularly in India, if you observe, here, these are the southwest monsoons which are coming from Indian Ocean, and when they cross the equator, they turn towards east. Okay, they are turning towards east and they are entering into India from southwest monsoons, southwest. So that's why these monsoons called as southwest monsoons. Okay, so low pressure on Indian subcontinent. Because of low pressure on Indian subcontinent in winter season, in summer season, these are coming to fill up that gap on Indian subcontinent from high pressure which is there in Indian Ocean. always the winds are blowing from high pressure area to low pressure area. To fill up that gap on Indian subcontinent, the winds are coming from Indian Ocean to Indian subcontinent. So at the time of advancing monsoon, Tibetan Plateau heated and causes vertical air currents, low pressure over 9 kilometers altitude. At the height of 9 kilometers, full of low pressure is there. To fill up this low pressure, the winds are coming from Indian Ocean, so which have high pressure at that time. Okay, so when they crossed equator, when they are coming from Indian Ocean, they have to cross equator. When they cross the equator, they turn towards east. So because of Coriolis effect, we have learned in 9th class. So the winds are blowing in northern hemisphere, they tilted towards east. The winds which are blowing in southern hemisphere, they tilted towards west. So like that, southwest monsoons are coming from southwest side and they are entering into India through Kerala. So the southwest monsoon divided as two branches. So first one is the Arabian branch and second one is the Bay of Bengal branch. So here you can observe the two branches of southwest monsoons. Some of the winds which are coming through Arabian Sea into our India is called Arabian branch. So some of the winds are going towards northeastern states like Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, like this. They are reaching up to Shillong Plateau. So this branch is called as Bay of Bengal branch. So southwest monsoons are divided into two branches. One is Arabian branch, second one is a Bay of Bengal branch. So both branches reach India by beginning of June. This is nothing but, this is called as onset of monsoons. This is the beginning of monsoons, also called as an onset of monsoon. Major part of India receives rainfall due to southwest monsoons. So major part of India receives rainfall due to the southwest monsoons. Western Ghats and Northeast India receives high rainfall in the season of southwest monsoons. Only Tamil Nadu mostly dry in the season because it is located in rain shadow area of Western Ghats. So if you observe, this green color indicates that the place which is having a high rainfall because the southwest monsoons are coming towards west. So these southwest monsoons are obstructing by the Western Ghats, which are extends from Gujarat to Kerala in west side. So because of the Western Ghats, the west side of Western Ghats is receiving high rainfall. So this is the Tamil Nadu, which is located in leeward side of Western Ghats, which receives very low rainfall. And it's the same time, it's a very parallel to the Bay of Bengal branch. That's why it is not receiving high rainfall in the southwest monsoon season. That's why most of the India is receiving high rainfall at the time of southwest monsoons, except Tamil Nadu. So the Bay of Bengal branch, when it reaches Shillong Plateau and it tilted towards north, towards Delhi. So you can observe the arrow marks. The arrow marks reached Bangladesh and Shillong Plateau. They tilted towards northwest and they reached to the Delhi. Okay, you can observe. So like this, because of the southwest monsoons, we are getting high rainfall in India. So this is the cause for monsoons. So in the month of January, in India, over an Indian subcontinent and above, we are experiencing high pressure. Okay, that's why in the month of January, the high pressure from high pressure area to winds are blowing towards the Indian Ocean. So you can observe the arrow marks, how they are going. So always the winds are blowing from high pressure to low pressure. Okay. So here in the month of July, in the rainy season, particularly in India, so from Indian Ocean, the red arrow marks are coming towards a low pressure area to fill up that gap from high pressure area. So this is the southwest monsoon. This is the northeast monsoon season. Okay. Children, I think you can understand that concept, low pressure and high pressure. So the winds always blow from high pressure area to low pressure. So on the earth's surface, always some areas are having high pressure and some areas are having low pressure. So to fill up the gap in low pressure, the winds are blowing from high pressure to low pressure. This is the phenomena which lies in monsoon system. So in January, we have high pressure on Indian subcontinent. and in the month of July we have low pressure on Indian subcontinent. So this is second type of monsoons, retreating monsoons. What is retreating monsoons? In other words, we can call them as northeast monsoons. So in the month of October and November is a period of transition from hot wet conditions to dry winter conditions. So after completion of rainy season, southwest monsoon season, immediately it will start retreating monsoon season. That is nothing but northeast monsoon season in the month of October and November. Okay, these monsoons marked by clear skies and rise in temperatures. So in the month of October and November, the temperatures rised slowly. The land still moist because of southwest monsoon rainfall. So because of high temperature and humidity and weather becomes rather oppressive, October heat. This is nothing but known as October heat. Because of high temperature and humidity, the weather becomes rather oppressive. So at the same time, in the October and November month, the temperatures are increasing, but still moisture is there in the soil, so in the air. That's why between the high temperatures and humidity, so weather becomes rather oppressive. It is nothing but called as October heat. So low pressure over Bay of Bengal caused cyclonic depressions over Andaman area. So in the northeast monsoon season, we are experiencing cyclones. So every year we are experiencing cyclonic effect. Okay, because the low pressure over Bay of Bengal caused cyclones. So now only we discussed the winds blowing always from high pressure area to low pressure area. So in the month of October, November, there is a low pressure in Bay of Bengal. To fill up that gap, the winds blow from all the directions towards the low pressure which appeared in Bay of Bengal. So that low pressure caused for cyclonic depressions over Andaman area near Andaman Nicobar Islands. So the cyclones, because of the direction of the winds, they hit the coastal area, particularly eastern coastal plains, eastern coastal areas, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Orissa, and Pachim Bengal. These are very destructive. The target of these cyclonic depressions only delta areas, coastal areas. Occasionally, these tropical cyclones visit Sundarbans and Bangladesh too. So maximum cyclones hit the eastern coastal plain between Andhra and Odisha. Sometimes this goes, occasionally these reach Sundarbans, which are there in West Bengal and Bangladesh too. Coromandel coast receives high rainfall from depressions and cyclones. So now only we discussed Coromandel coast receives very low rainfall in the season of southwest monsoons because Tamil Nadu region or Coromandel coast is located in a rain shadow area of Western Ghats and parallel to Bay of Bengal branch. That's why in retreating monsoon season, the winds are blowing from Bay of Bengal towards from northeastern side to Tamil Nadu south side. So they are having moisture. They carries moisture and gives rainfall in Tamil Nadu Coromandel coast. So because of these depressions and cyclones, here you can observe the southwest monsoon seasons, how they are spreading all over India. So India onset of southwest monsoon. So you can, if you observe the India map, so in the month of 1st June, so they reached Kerala. So by 5th, they reached Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. By 10th, they reached up to Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. 15th June, they reached up to Uttar Pradesh, and 15th July, they reached India. So up to July, the southwest monsoon spread all over India. So this is the rainy season of India. So particularly from mid-June to mid-September, we are experiencing full of rains because of southwest monsoons. Okay, because of the northern islands like Himalayas, they in the month of October and November, they retreated back. They come back again. So because the southwest monsoon is obstructed by the Himalayas and at the same time low pressure which is appeared in Bay of Bengal near Andaman Nicobar Islands. Okay, that's why when they are retreating back, they are coming from northeast side. That's why they are called as northeast monsoons. So here we can observe India withdrawal of southwest monsoons, also known as northeast monsoons, and retreating monsoons also. So 5th September, 1st September, 5th September, you can observe the monsoons in the Rajasthan area. So up to they started retreating back. In October, they reached Maharashtra and Karnataka. So up to December, they reached Tamil Nadu region. So if you observe the red lines here, they are entering into India from east side through Bay of Bengal. So when they are retreating back through Bay of Bengal, they carry moisture from Bay of Bengal and gives rainfall in these coastal regions, particularly in Coromandel coast. Okay, children, you got the point? So the Tamil Nadu receives high rainfall in withdrawal of southwest monsoons or nothing but northeast monsoon season, and also known as retreating monsoon season, because the northeast monsoons are coming from Bay of Bengal towards Tamil Nadu and they are entering into India. That's why Tamil Nadu or particularly Coromandel coast receives high rainfall in northeast monsoon season. So here some traditional Indian seasons are there, but most of the nowadays most of the students, they don't know the Indian traditional seasons, but we are all very well known about English Western calendar or Gregorian calendar, January to December. But in Indian calendar based on lunar calendar, we have some seasons. Based on Indian calendar, we have 6 2-monthly seasons. Vasanta season, Grishma Rutu, Varsha Rutu, Sharad Rutu, Hemant Rutu, Shishira Rutu. So seasons, we have 6 seasons. These are bi-monthly and 2-monthly seasons. Okay, Vasant Rutu has 2 months, Chaitra and Vaishaka. So these are the months. So Jyeshta and Asada, Shravana and Bhadrapada, Ashvija and Kartika Mas. Now we are experiencing Kartika Masam, Margashira and Pushya, Magha and Palguna. So we have 12 months are there in Indian calendar. So we have 6 seasons according to Indian calendar. According to our Gregorian calendar or our climatic conditions, we are discussing only about 3 seasons: rainy season, winter season, and summer season. So if you see the Vasanta season, between the Chaitra Masam and Vaishaka Masam, March to April. Grishma, Jyeshta, Ashada in the month of May and June. Varsha Rutu, Shravana and Bhadrapada months, and between July and August. So if you compare this Indian calendar with the Gregorian calendar, the months are like this. So Ashvija and Kartika, now September and October. So Hemanta, Margashira and Pushya, November and December. Shishira Rutu, Magha and Palguna, January and February. So every Indian should know about this Indian calendar also, along with the Gregorian calendar. So now I recaptured the lesson. Once again, I want to recapitulate with the important points. Subtropical high pressure belts gives rise to permanent winds. So now only we discussed subtropical high pressure belts near 30 degrees north and south. So because of winds which rise near subtropical high pressure belts, they are permanent winds and they blow always towards equatorial low pressure belts. Those are very helpful for the trade purpose. That's why those winds are called as trade winds. And India lies in northeast trade wind, dry northeast trade wind area. So the meaning of trade in it's a German word. The meaning of trade is track. It means steadily blowing all the year. Okay, trade winds are permanent winds. So then Indian climate is affecting by jet streams. Jet streams means these are upper air currents with the elevation of 12,000 meters from above the Earth's surface. In a narrow way, the some upper air currents are forming. These are called as jet streams. Okay, in our India, we have two seasons. Those are two seasons are there, winter season and summer season, and rainy season also there. In our class, we are discussing about only winter season and summer season. So in winter season, we are experiencing very low temperatures, particularly in northern India, than southern India. In summer season, we are experiencing high temperatures in all the India. Okay, so particularly in winter season, November to February, and summer season April to March, April, May, June, July varaku summer season is there. Monsoons are two types: southwest monsoons and northeast monsoons. So India is receiving high temperature, high rainfall because of southwest monsoons, and particularly Coromandel coast is not receiving sufficient rainfall in the season of southwest monsoons, but it receives rainfall in the season of northeast monsoons because of cyclonic depressions which formed in the Bay of Bengal because of the low pressure formed due to the high temperatures in Bay of Bengal near Andaman Sea, Andaman area. Okay, this is about the today's class. So with this class, today I have completed the climate of India class lesson. So these are the evaluation questions for evaluation purpose. First question is the define trade winds. So what is trade wind? Second question is how many seasons are there in India? So write about the seasons and the important characteristics of seasons also you can write as answers for this question. Third question is which coast gets rainfall in winter season? So particularly in winter season, which coast gets rainfall? So now only we discussed Coromandel coast receives high rainfall in winter season. Define western disturbances. So what do you mean by western disturbances and why they are coming from? The name western disturbances, why we are calling them as western disturbances. Explain about the monsoon system in India. So types of monsoons and why, what are the reasons for monsoons in India. So what is the importance of monsoons also you can write for this question. Okay, thank you. Thank you one and all. Students, if you have any doubts, listen the class once again and listen all the three parts once again. And even though you have any doubt, you consult your class teacher or social studies teachers in your schools. Thank you one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, Mark, sir, thank you.
Chandrasekhar, sir.
Sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much.